Let's see. I gotta see this now.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, we never looked at it before. Actually,
Yeah, we have. I don't know what the streaming policy is, so
You
hopefully
haven't looked at it?
Yeah, we haven't looked at it.
we haven't looked at it before. So hopefully we have broken several streaming guidelines.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Because if we did, I could always be like, well, I didn't know, I never checked the streaming policy. You can't blame me for a crime I didn't know about. So,
if you could please read the streaming policy for us, that'd be great.
Yeah. Did the game crash again? Oh, this is weird.
No.
This is really weird. Why is it doing that? Why is it showing the LTG to the stream? I don't want the LTG to be shown. I want
Red Hollow,
the
what
game
is this?
to be shown. The game crashed again. I'm going to kill someone.
Red Hollow, what is this Cerno video you posted?
I forgot what game it was. It's a horror game that I don't remember.
It's a horror game with Turbo?
No, it's a parody of a horror game. I gotta find the original video.
Okay. Hopefully it'll work this time. In the meantime, chat, please enjoy the Sekimeiya spun glass. There we go. Sorry, the fucking old dear god. Anyway, as we were saying,
something.
As I was saying,
more like stupid. Ace defective.
Guys, streaming policy, guys. Who wants to read it?
You aren't even streaming.
You're not streaming.
Oh right, I have to stream the game to you guys.
Oh
also.
my god, he's so bad.
I got not obvious and I forgot about you guys. Hold on. Okay.
How do you forget we are literally here?
Do you know how many times I have to do this? Every time the game fucking crashes again.
Then just make sure the game doesn't crash. Is that easy?
What if I just fucking kill you, huh? What if I just put you into a meat grinder?
I'm killing you.
What if I become Jerma from Team Fortress 2 and shoot you in the face?
Jerma from Team Fortress 2.
He's in the game. What can I say? You guys never seen him? You guys never seen Jerma Team Fortress 2? Anyway, as I was saying, once we read the streaming policy, we can't break the rules anymore, whatever they may be. So this is very important. All right, I'm gonna shut down my window and then we're gonna read the streaming policy. One moment.
Okay, imagine if it crashes though.
That would be kind of funny though. Sweet dreams are made of these.
Where the heck is the original one?
Hey Zen.
Yeah.
Are you like stupid or something?
What did I do?
More like Zanchiero Ace 3-1.
True. Okay, who wants to read the streaming policy? Do we make Red Hollow read the streaming policy?
Red's gonna read it.
Okay, Red, are you on the stream right now?
Finally.
I'm looking for the mortis
gay fires out
3, 2,
I'm killing shadows again.
Big reveal.
Red, are you
read it to us? I don't know how to read.
Yeah.
As the development team, we have no problem with full playthroughs of the game, whether recorded or streamed. However, please be aware that the soundtrack contains numerous licensed tracks that may trigger automatic copyright detection on various video platforms. This may result in issues with video monetization or audio muting in VODs, but should not negatively impact your channel as a whole. That's literally all it says.
Good to know. And, you made this game, so you put it there. You literally said there's a development.
True. Also, Red Hollow, we kind of lied about not having read this.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, we read this before every single stream, pretending we haven't seen it before.
I don't know what he's talking about. He's trolling you.
He's trolling. It's been like the 10th time for read this.
Finally.
Finally. Now that Gekodo Yuki is out of my hair, I can go back to fighting shadows.
I should hope no other quirky LGBTQ characters show up.
Bigus.
What the? Bigus?
Them see?
Shinjiandro?
Your query?
And her girlfriend, Mitsuru Hershijo?
God, you didn't even try
with that last one.
Why is that video so funny?
I think it's the audio quality. It actually sounds like a PS2 game.
I love the beginning, finally, now that Gekodo Yuki is gone.
Gekodo Yuki.
No way, Mirror Force.
Seven, please. My what is going on?
What
My
is
ice cream is melting.
Is it melty blood?
Melty cream.
It's melting blood right now. My ice cream is melting blood.
Your ice cream is melting cream. Okay, let's just get to the fucking game.
Ain't no freaking way.
Okay. Who wants to read the what?
We know what's going to follow this up.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
You don't. Prove that you do. See? It was saying
There
what
you
the
go.
fuck is going on. You did not know that.
Why is so funny?
I'm eating ice cream. Yay.
Melty cream type Lumina.
Melty cream.
That's the game Zen's playing right now. Okay, this is actually so dumb. How did the fall of
think you're-
Constantinople reflect on this? On the Sekimeiya, I mean.
Oh no, I'm supposed to open it from this side.
Are you opening your ice cream?
Open it from this side. Yeah.
I already had ice cream today.
From this. Yeah, what flavor was it?
Oreo.
Dude,
Yeah.
Oreo ice cream sucks. Some of
Ew,
the honest with
Oreo, ew. Sorry.
Listen, man. There's not that much. There's not like anything better in Romania besides like maybe strawberry ice cream.
The tastiest
Just
piece
get
of food in
normal.
Romania, holy shit.
Just get vanilla. You don't have to do extreme.
I mean, vanilla is my favorite flavor, but I kind of eat it all the time. I thought I'd switch it up a little. I gotta
When
be
I-
diverse.
When I'm switching it up, I get like a banana flavored. I like banana.
Ooh, I like
Why is
banana.
the game not
Yeah,
showing? The game crashed again! What is this?
Bad at this game.
I am going to kill someone, like, actually. Why is it
Guys.
crashing so much?
Guys,
Mm-hmm.
the second bit did this.
Sekimeiya did this.
It did
What
do
if
that.
Mia did this? The existence of Mia implies the existence of Seki.
True? Let him cook, actually.
No
Okay,
way.
I have an idea. I have an idea.
No way. No way. Zen, Seki and Mia. Seki Mia.
Let him cook.
Egg.
Spinning egg chair.
Spinning bird kick. Anyway, I have an
Sure
idea. For all this time then, I have been opening the game through Sekimeiya Spunglass.exe. What if I try to open it with Sekimeiya Spunglass 32.exe, or the 32-bit version? What do you think will happen then?
Yeah, because your computer sucks. Also, what do you mean? We launch it through Steam.
Obviously.
Yeah.
You are so
Right.
dumb.
Right, I forgot about that part. It's okay. They won't know.
It's okay, he says, and then it's not okay.
It's not okay.
I'm not gonna lie, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I lied.
Lied
What do
about
you
what?
mean?
I'm not gonna lie. I lied.
A paradoxical statement. When you say I'm not gonna lie, you're like stating that you're not lying. But then you say I lied by saying I did not lie. So the fact that you did not lie is a lie. So you lied. Okay, I'm just gonna continue.
My ice cream's already ended, by the way.
It is so over. Okay,
Guys, not to be racist or anything, but it's the most racist shit imaginable.
guys, you guys have seen that like one tweet of the French president, Macron was his name? Emmanuel Macron?
What do you mean? That's the character from Call of Duty. You go to assassinate him.
Yeah, they
True.
made him.
No, that's
they
Macron.
made him a character in the video game. So did you not know?
He is like a traitor. Is like, we do not want another world war. However,
However,
I don't remember the rest. That's all you're getting.
I don't want. Actually, what is something funny I can say right now?
I hate everyone, motherfuckers, when I ask them why they only make fun of minorities all the time, and not majorities.
Majority. Boring ass Sekimeiya stream.
True, true.
Boring ass. The
Boring
stream
ass.
is so boring. The game is not even here.
Right, I will help you guys. One moment, please. I have loaded back the save. We are good to go. Hopefully it won't crash this time.
It will crash. Trust.
I don't believe you. I think it's going to be perfectly fine, and you guys will not convince me otherwise. Now, where's the Biden blast image so we can have it on today's stream? One moment, please.
It's gonna crash.
It's not. I believe it. If you believe it hard enough, it'll work out. That's how Umineko works. It's called magic. Where the fuck is that? I found it. Kate Blast. I fucking love this image, dude.
Dude,
There we go.
you look huge.
Perfect. Perfect. Now the game is playable.
Now it is.
The
Dude.
sweeper counts jumped to 3 people for like 1 picosecond, then it went back down to 1.
1 picosecond.
Okay. We're ready.
Are we
Read the
though?
line.
Okay. Just closing my tabs.
It's gonna crash. Trust.
Okay. Now we're actually ready. What's with this reaction? Don't you see that she's just delirious? She didn't lie, but I have a pretty good idea what happened to her. Did you hallucinate
Actually, you
someone?
should have said die. Not
She said
die.
die.
I said 343 Entertainment. The makers of modern Halo.
Seven, this is still you.
Oh, right,
Yeah, it
because
is.
Fat is not here. That's not it. That's not just some name she made up. Do you know this person then?
We do, but Anna couldn't have seen her. She couldn't be here.
Are you sure? She could have entered through the storeroom. She could have even traveled from the future since Sekimeiya is bound to be exposed to the outside world. That's not what she means. She's not anywhere right now. Oh, is she dead? Wait, Mia, you said?
And then he's gonna make the connection. Sekimeiya.
Sekimeiya, it's over. No, she's with us. She has red hair, right?
Wait, guys, hear me out, I hope I'm not going insane, but Seki, right? Seki, S for Shiroya, okay? S for Shiroya. And the Mia is obviously for Mia. And the key is for Atsuki. See? It fits. It doesn't fit.
I thought what you were gonna say was like, she has red hair and the spinning egg chair had red inside. I thought that's where you were going.
She's an egg. That's what she is.
Egg chair, that's what she is.
She's an egg chair.
I'll be-
Why is OBS not streaming anything?
I'll be frank. For some reason, I thought that when you said Mia, you were going to say Mia, as in Yoi Mia.
Yeah, she's in the stream.
Obviously.
Trust.
Why is it not streaming anything? That's really weird.
You are so bad.
Okay, reconnection successful. We're back on streaming.
Crash, 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 crash.
Crash.
I don't know why OBS said just like disconnect us like that. Oh well. Okay, did you read your lines then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Mia's hair
Mia's
was red.
hair was red. No, actually, let me do the narration since none of my characters are here.
Okay.
Mia's hair was red. I recalled Akira's by some time he lost some of his memories. But he said almost implied that he knew what happened to me and what we'd gone through.
Did you actually see her?
So in
What
this
did she
other
say?
timeline, Mia actually came to the art gallery with them, or the Ashia Tower. Not it's not an art gallery.
I mean,
That's
technically, it is an art gallery.
I mean, yeah, it is you being used as one for rocks.
She told me her name, but she didn't look lost or anything. She knew me too. She just suddenly ran away and I haven't seen her again. Definitely thought I hadn't seen her before, but I honestly wasn't sure.
We are definitely gonna see her. So,
7 go.
what? What wasn't the front
No,
narrating?
no. Let me narrate because none of my characters are here.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm killing you.
What? Is Mia here? Is she alive? Are we going to succeed and save her somehow? As soon as I felt her building up, I tried to contain it. That didn't make sense. Why would she have been in the tower? Why would she not have shown herself? There was no way Mia was nearby or anywhere.
I don't know how to interpret this. Did you all agree to make up this story for when I appeared? Shut up. Well, I'm trying to figure things out for myself, and I thought I was close to understanding quite a bit. But now there's a bunch of shit I don't get, and it doesn't feel great.
I didn't ask, but it sounded like he wasn't only talking about it on the terms of another person.
I didn't ask.
Sorry to tell you, Sai, that's
Okay.
crazy and all, that's like really cool, but I don't remember asking.
Don't care, didn't ask.
And then Sai just like disintegrates.
Yeah, I like how I like the
Sekimeiya
line. I like the line in German, but I also like that you laughed at the moment I turned British. I didn't ask.
Ask.
Wait, ask as in Oski.
Just, I'm gonna kill you. We are going to
I
kill
kill-
you.
I'm killing you.
Okay, enough German.
We are never finishing this game.
We are never finishing this game. Big Pat is gonna like hop on the call. He's gonna be like, "What are your gamers doing?" Oh, this is the exact same scene I left you guys on yesterday.
And then Bifat's gonna be like, but it's been 2 hours.
Yes.
Bye, fat.
Bye, Fat.
No way. Inferno Gay Fire?
No, God, now that Gekota Yuki's out of the way, I can finally focus on killing shadows.
Okay, 7, please read your line. Let's suck it.
Okay, yeah, well, enough being sidetracked. You mean she died, right? Is saving her with the Sekimeiya not an option? Sai, shut the fuck up. If it was, I promise you that we would have done it.
Once again, there was silence. Trilla looked pensive, but I had no clue what was going on inside her head. I basically understood nothing about her. I could understand that Erina had just hallucinated because she knew Mia's name and appearance, but I also couldn't accept that she was inside the tower. Did Erina just lie?
Me when I lie.
I lost pretty misinformation on the internet. How would she know about her? And why would she do that? What is this goofy ass song?
Nah, man, the average Sekimeiya song, bro.
True.
It's probably been close to 15 minutes already, right?
You know what they should have done for this game? They should have gone to YouTube, copy-pasted the breakcore music to come to playlist, and then they just like pasted it into the game.
I would have, I'll be frank, I would have preferred royalty-free music.
True.
What if they had the Sonic OST as this game's OST?
That would be
Bro,
kind
that
of
would
fire.
that would go so hard.
But like, actually, that's a real playlist, by the way, Inferno. Breakcore music I can come to.
Creepy music I can come to.
It's like a real playlist on YouTube. If they like put music on that and they just like made it this game's soundtrack, I think it would be a lot better.
I agree.
I'd say so.
Sai looked at his watch.
Aaron's about to leave.
Is the game gonna crash? Is the game
Oh
crashing?
my god. Okay.
Okay, we're back. He just stared at the screen. Yeah, you thought. Yes, it's been almost 15 minutes since I arrived.
Are you sure I'll go far enough back?
She died at around
Welcome back.
14, right? It should be enough, yes.
I understood the lies, but not the heartless way in which he was deceiving a mother into thinking she was close to saving her daughter. It had probably been 15 minutes already though, so Erina would travel to the past if it didn't stop her. That's strange. Once again, if she's about to travel to the past, how come her past self hasn't already appeared? Of course, seeing her future self should be an impossibility, but why would she have decided not to show herself?
Okay, I'm going then. Are all of you coming with me?
Okay, this is
Don't worry.
crazy.
We're far enough away from you.
Sai stepped back a bit anyway.
I understand. Well, goodbye for now.
Earlier, Sai had traveled out after storing energy for 15 minutes, the same amount. That time, I hadn't traveled despite having been next to shore, so I knew how big the range would be. I stepped back to be sure I wasn't included and wouldn't travel away with Shiroya. In a solid bond and keeping her gaze on us, Erina reached for the Sekimeiya with her left hand.
Bye bye, guys.
When she touched it, there was a change.
Adios.
I'm going now. My planet needs me. Huh? Huh?
Huh? What? Wait, what?
What is happening?
She didn't teleport, I guess.
None of us could understand what had occurred. Erina hadn't
He knew. He knew. He totally fucking knew this would happen.
Bruh,
Fucking
How does the
sigh.
Sekimeiya AoE work, bro?
This is Sekimeiya.
I think they
They
nerfed
broke-
it a bit too much. Roll it back.
No, it doesn't even
Bro,
take you
bro,
anymore.
they didn't nerf it. The update broke it.
Straight up, it's broken now.
Sekimeiya trigger exploit 100% not glitch, ban free, safe Punjabi, no virus.
Why didn't it work? Did Sai disappear? Was everything he said a lie?
I can't believe Sai is cocky Chiyoma. I couldn't fathom it. What had happened defied everything we'd learned.
Oh my god,
Oh
here
my
comes a
god.
picture again.
Oh my god, they fucking... That's the AoE.
The Sekimeiya AoE right there, bro.
Shinoya and I had been pretty close to Erina, but going off Sai's previous travel, the range had been large enough to pick us up. We'd been farther back than Sai, but why had he been the only one to travel? And what I thought earlier still applied. Where had his past self been all the time?
Admit it. Did you ever want me to save Isla? Were you involved in the first place? You're wrong. You don't know how the Sekimeiya works, but this shouldn't have happened.
I don't get it. Is it all nonsense? Can we not figure out how it works because it just does whatever it wants?
Based.
It's been pretty consistent up until now, so what's this shit? Why did Erina not travel but Sai did when he was out of the range?
One thing about that is, you guys notice that they're using swear words more often now? The characters are slowly going insane.
Atsuki's just gotten angrier.
I will also go insane to be frank.
I mean, I already
Sure.
have.
There's even another instance. The first time I traveled, I went 20 minutes back, meaning that the second man had to have been storing energy for 15 minutes. Excuse me. At the time, Sai was the closest person to me, and he was pretty much of the same distance he was from Erina just now, but he didn't travel then. No, I'm misinterpreting it.
I am Snorlax.
That has to be it. I assumed I knew what the range was since the conditions were identical to Sai's last travel. I didn't travel that time, but Shiroya did, even though she was next to me. That led me to think I'd been just barely out of range and that only she had been included.
Snorlius Maximus. That's Snorlius Maximus.
Fucking stop talking about Snore.
I'm gonna kill
But that
you.
wasn't the case. I'm killing you. But that wasn't the case. I was also in the range and I did travel for another reason, just like how Erina did just now. It's what I thought. Something prevented me from traveling and I did just again. And Sai was the only one who did. Just earlier, I told him that I'd see Shura disappear with him. He must have realized that I hadn't traveled, so he set up a sea condition for Erina's travel. He felt safe at a slightly far distance than that had been from him before. However, he just fell victim to Mayumi's interpretation. The previous time, the range had been big enough to encompass me, but I didn't travel.
You know what this
haven't
is? You know what this is? I think the Sekimeiya doesn't travel someone, like send someone back. When them going back would cause a paradox.
Your mom.
Literally, how do you explain anything that's happened in the game then?
You don't.
You don't.
I'm just making shit up, don't worry about it.
I mean, to be frank, average visual novel moment.
Listen, it's about throwing shit into the wall and seeing what sticks. I'll just like piece together the theory later. Don't worry.
That's just a theory. A game theory. Seven, can you go to the next line?
No, you did read this one? My bad.
Yes. And in the last travel, the four of us might have been included while only Sai had disappeared. What was the reason? Couldn't it be that only two people could travel anymore? Was there anything that would make sense?
Oh, wait, where did it go?
I quickly looked up and saw Erina's desperate eyes. She was staring at her purse. Does Sekimeiya leave?
It grew Lex and it left.
It grew
It's not here.
But I'd been wrong. Sai hadn't been the only thing to disappear. The Sekimeiya also had.
It's teleported.
I experienced it for the first time. The infamous teleportation we constantly thought about had shown itself to us. Erina's travel had activated, taken Sai away in the process. I remember what had happened just minutes prior, so I took a few steps forward. When I was in front of the cabin and I crouched and grabbed the bar on the curtain. I raised it violently and kept it from falling again. There's a lot more narration than I thought.
That's why do you think we switch it up?
It's fine. Behind the glass was a Sekimeiya. It had traveled from Erina's purse to its initial cabin.
I'm Ken, and I'm enough.
Atsuki, tell me, what do I need to do to travel through time?
Exactly what Sai and I told you. I don't know why it didn't work just now.
And since this confirms that it can actually teleport, there's no way I still have the Sekimeiya in the locker.
Have you confirmed it though?
Fivehead, are you stupid? In fact, the teleportation must have caused the illusion from the start to be other Sekimeiya. I'm not sure how it happened, but I bet it was the same one every time. Why is Sai not here already? Did he think of using the time he gained to do something? He must have gone about 20 minutes in the past, so he might have thought of a better course of action than rushing in as soon as possible. Realizing our confusion was sincere, Anna's face went pale and she would have fallen backward if the wall hadn't been there. 3 towering questions just presented themselves to us, challenging everything up until this point. One, was the range really the same as the last time we stored time for 15 minutes? 2. Why was I the only one to travel? 3. Why did Sekimeiya simply teleport away? Okay, no, I can do this. 7, let's swap. Please.
Okay.
7, go.
Regarding the range, we can't know how it actually functions. I've assumed it only starts to expand when the time begins to be stored. But what if that's not the case? Could it also increase while the Sekimeiya is in the cabinet? Or what if the range from the previous travels persists, for example? Also, I just realized what's Zen... Okay, I'll just talk about it later. I just realized what he meant. About our
What did I
discussion.
mean?
You said, well, I said, how... You said, how does anything happen in the whole story then? When I said, oh, it stops you when it's about to cause a paradox, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I was trying to say was, oh, let's say that I try to go back in time and save Isla, right? The idea is that Erna would actually have succeeded in doing that, so that's why the Sekimeiya is not letting her go. That was the whole idea.
I see.
Meanwhile, though, it let Atsuki travel because, Atsuki didn't actually save Naomi. That's why it can't change the past.
These nuts.
These nuts.
7, read.
Okay. The second is the most confusing one. Erna, Shiraya, and I haven't traveled. Though there's no way we weren't included in the range, is there? At least not Erna, who touched the Sekimeiya. But it only worked for Sai. There's a reason why we were excluded, so is it reasonable to think I can figure it out? What does this have to do with the concept of range?
I think the Sekimeiya is racist.
I think the Sekimeiya just ran out of spell slots.
A spell
Maybe.
slot.
Sekimeiya needs a rest. 15 minutes. What does this do to the concept of range? Now, how can we be sure that such a thing exists? Perhaps there's no range at all, and something else entirely determines who's included in the travel. And
They forgot to
finally,
program the AoE range.
why did the Sekimeiya disappear from Erna's purse? It's impossible that happens every time it's activated. It didn't disappear when Saya and Shiraya traveled. Without a doubt, this is the strangest travel so far. The 3 questions might be all connected to one strange and single misconception. But what are we supposed to do? How am I supposed to understand this thing if it keeps breaking its own rules? How can I ever even hope to use it for anything?
Zen.
I not save Isla? Why did it not work? Oh, of course. What was I even thinking? Traveling to the past isn't possible. You lied about it since the beginning, right? That's why it didn't work. Can't happen. I actually fell for it.
I was
Oh my
too
god, I feel
lost to
so
answer.
bad. I feel so bad for her now.
Yeah, me too.
Denial.
I was too lost to answer. Something had happened to Erina, that was for sure. She just witnessed Sai's disappearance, but was accusing us of lying. It seemed that trying to explain ourselves wouldn't be much help.
Bargaining. Just wait here. I'll be back in a second.
Down.
Inferno, it's your turn.
It's my turn, give me a second.
Okay. I'm canned and I'm enough. And I'm also good at doing stuff. Ryan Gosling actually sings pretty well.
I just wanna get
I'm back.
high with my love. Welcome back.
But did I miss anything?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay.
Before
you could die.
react, I went to hallway B. I need to check the stock room. The locker where I hid the second was directly to my right. I locked up the key and opened the door.
Stop being
The
British.
second- The second wasn't there. Only the pants, and the code remained inside.
Hmm.
I closed the door and locked it again. I see. Roya was right then. The other time I did teleport away from Naomi's locker. In hallway B, I saw Shiroya waiting for me next to the event room.
Did it disappear?
But I really like
Yes.
these clothes for Shiroya.
Yeah, I like the new art. That was the only thing they could afford. Other characters don't get alternate versions. Too much work.
Kati molding.
I think they should have a Kate, but like he's wearing a mask for the rest of the game.
Mask as in dream mask?
Yes, he's stream
Yeah.
Minecraft.
Nah, bro. There's like a persona type mask. He becomes a member of the Phantom Thieves.
Yo, I
Poor
can't
Rolo.
believe that Zenkichi got so old so fast.
I can't believe it. Persona's so progressive now.
Persona so progressive for having a security guard in its games.
Yes.
If they want to be progressive, they should have just included Shiroya.
True, though.
Or Italian
so-
Akuro.
So then read your line, please.
Okay. What else could have happened? I couldn't deny another person might have also had the key, but while I had the room to construct a theory that didn't involve self-teleportation, it seemed pointless to do so. Had someone put another Sekimeiya in the cabin after having entered from hallway A while being in the event room, and then taken mine out of the staff room? There was no way. Nobody else had been involved.
Oh, what did you want to do?
Oh, I'm just intrigued by Saizo Erebus, because an extra version of him existed somewhere in the past.
Did we never see him in so many hours?
So many hours. Right, she thinks Sai might have appeared before Isla died. In reality, he went back about 20 minutes, if that's consistent. Although, she just went from saying that time travel is impossible to thinking it is again. She's more unstable than I thought. I'm not sure, but he has to be somewhere.
I can fix her. I was a little. I was a little.
Don't fix her, make her worse.
She can make me worse.
I was a little frustrated by Shiroya's continued silence. She was definitely thinking about what had happened, but she might have had information I wasn't aware of, and nothing she had revealed yet.
Bro, who's screaming?
Nobody is.
No, there's someone screaming outside, and I want to
Oh.
kill them.
I don't know.
I'm killing you.
I'm killing you. The three of us were going on with our thoughts when suddenly the door to the lobby opened. Hey guys, it's me, Kate.
Bro, imagine for what actually was Kati though.
That would go kind of hard.
Seven.
But the
Kate
but the music didn't end. So there he is.
Yes, the enemy!
The enemy.
There you are.
There.
What were you doing? Huh?
Something was strange, and immediately became apparent. If I had shown up from the lobby, so I was relieved to know that he wouldn't be missing for too long. He, on the other hand, looked completely different.
What the fuck?
I never seen him so confused. He tried to have the upper hand.
He's
in
gonna be
every situation,
surprised about Erina being alive.
but his face told the truth. He couldn't comprehend what he was seeing. From his point of view, something was very wrong.
Huh?
Huh?
Who the fuck are you? How are you here?
That's Zen.
Oh no, it's 7.
From the
No,
event
it
room,
was
a door
it
opened.
was 2.
After everything
Was
that
it
had
2?
just happened.
Yes, it was 2.
Okay. From the event room, a door opened. After everything that had just happened, when I saw who came out, I barely reacted. It's Sai again. Oh! My man is back! Holy shit!
Akuro smash.
Akuro. So
Akuro
man,
smash!
free time again.
What's this girl doing here?
Those are the first words I'd heard from Akuro in hours, recognizing the person who shared his bewilderment. He stepped next to Sai while the three of us looked at each other in case someone understood what was occurring.
Atsuki, now you have to answer. Who is she?
Are you actually acting as if you don't recognize me?
Of course we don't.
Well, no. Of course we do. Aren't you, like, dead?
Again! Shiroya's fate is death.
Death. An ending. Thanatos, god of death.
Thanatos, god of death.
Thanatos, god of death.
God of these nuts, got him.
Got him.
I'm going to kill you.
I need to say it. I've always wanted to, and I can't believe I never will. I love you.
I love you too, Inferno.
Thank you, Seven. This makes me so happy.
God,
Nightmarish memory. God. Nightmarish memory split my brain in half. It seemed like the world was abandoning all sense, morphing into something completely repulsive. Morbing.
Me? Why would I be dead?
And you too, Rain. I thought you died.
What? Isn't that what you said earlier?
Earlier? What the hell are you talking about?
Before the conversation could escalate further, I had to ask a very important question that had been repeating throughout our imprisonment.
Sai, what time is it? It's 1843. 1843. I was about 20 minutes behind the real time I estimated. That meant that after traveling, Sai's replicated location had been of 20 minutes prior, and his watch hadn't stopped working. Why, did you time travel? No, I didn't.
He's right though. Are you a future version of Aaron or something?
What?
Well, you're not dead after all, but we felt your pulse. In any case, I figured you wouldn't come from the future. What even happened to you?
I can't remember much. I think someone hit my head and I fell unconscious. Don't know what happened before that.
Yeah, that's about what we knew too. Sorry that we can't be more reviews. 7.
I was fucking losing it. I was about to explode. What the fuck was happening? Was it all a joke deliberately constructed to destroy me? Don't get it either, but I'm glad you're safe. This means that you're not guaranteeing to end up dead, alright? But you... What even is your name? How did you get here?
I've been here since the start.
That's not true.
It was the same thing. In the attic, the Nakro had shown himself who would claim to only possess partial memories of what had occurred. Had Sai been a victim of that as well?
Hold on though, your name. I think I'm actually aware of that much that.
Kimi no Nawa.
I was thinking of the same thing.
My memories are a little foggy.
He nodded, speechless.
Flabbergasted. I thought so. Like I said, I thought you died.
As you can see, I'm alive.
Is that so? Shiraya, can you try solving this captcha for me?
Do you have a twin by any chance?
This guy is so brain dead. What? No.
But then it doesn't make any sense. I'm still really confused.
What the fuck do you mean you're confused? You just showed up like that. Did you enter the storeroom?
I've been with you since 9, Sai.
That's a load of crap. Regardless, you'll definitely die. I'm sorry to tell you like that, but you're not making it easy for us. Atsuki, I know you know her. I do, and she's telling the truth. Are we just fucking with me? What's the point of lying so blatantly?
He's telling the truth. Sure has been with us the entire time.
The entire time? Not even you have been here since 9.
Excuse me?
Well, you get what I mean. You don't remember when you got attacked or where you came from very well, right? Of course, Erna and Dyla have been here the whole time, but not you.
7.
It was settled.
Yeah, it's
They had either gone completely insane or their plan was to make us go insane. After being told us once again that Shiroya's fate was sealed, I continued to search for a method to refute it.
Your fate is in the cards.
What?
Oh, you didn't let me say oh. I turned to look at her, but I couldn't make heads or tails of her expression. Her eyes fixed on a point in the distance. That's all I knew. It had become a challenge just to know what anyone trapped in the tower was thinking.
Did you notice something?
I need to go somewhere.
What?
I'm sorry. I need to go to the attic.
Who's this?
She ran towards
Yeah,
all
yeah.
we see. There I stood, petrified, until she turned around to see one last thing.
Please, don't follow me.
I could only stare at her eyes in search of any compassion. Why was she being so cryptic? With an apologetic look, she turned around and dashed off. Please don't follow me. Why? Why has she wanted to go alone? I might have looked devastated, but I was only trying to decipher the sudden change of behavior my oldest friend had undergone.
Wow, are you just gonna let her go? Didn't you see how suspicious that was? Well, that's fine. She's gonna get herself killed somehow. It's already unavoidable. Why? Why is she gonna die? Did you hit her head and lose your memories? We know it will happen. Oh, you seem pretty certain, so prove it! You know we can't anymore. What the fuck does that mean?
Akira looked at me as if he was witnessing a man who'd gone mad.
What's with that look? Where did you even go? You just appeared again out of nowhere.
Oh, it's you who appeared again.
I hit the wall, furious. The responses were making my blood boil, like they were sneering at me.
You too, Sai. Did you lose your memories? Did your memories also happen to get fucked? This traveled from the event room. Remember that? From the event room? No, I don't. Haven't you just lost it completely, or is this like a side effect of the Sekimeiya? You can stop trying already. Since you sided with that girl, you made it clear you'll only spit out bullshit. I don't know what you're trying to pull, but you look pathetic. She'll come back whenever she feels like, if she doesn't die in the process. Meanwhile, let's keep waiting for the shutter to open. I'd appreciate it if you told the truth though. So, how did she get in? She was with us from the beginning. That's false. She seems to be with you. I really doubt you were stupid enough to make her enter into the storeroom. That's what's strange. But perhaps you did. Let me see.
Who is this?
You.
Okay. Indifferent to my confusion and rage, I walked the hallway see.
What are you
I'm
doing?
so good.
7.
7.
Instead of answering, he entered the storeroom. Seconds later, he returned. I just wanted to verify that she hadn't entered to the storeroom yet. What? Have you thought of a plan to keep the Sekimeiya for yourself? Then, once you succeed, you'll eventually make her go back in time to reappear inside the tower and finish off whatever your plan requires. What are you even talking about? Maybe the two of you weren't enough. I don't know. If that's what you did though, you must have known you were sending her to die. Even if she was already supposed to be dead. I don't get exactly what your idea is or how all this came to happen, but it's very confusing. Again, what the fuck are you talking about? What does maybe the two of you weren't enough even mean? Of course, I'm assuming me is in it on it as well.
What? I gave up. I approached the nearest wall and kneeled next to it, only capable of breathing. It was incomprehensible. Nonsense!
Not gonna keep trying to clear your name? I suppose it'd be futile with how obvious it is that this is your doing. Okay. I'll ask. How do you know about Mia?
What? She's been here.
That's it. Ignore him from now on. He can't get out of the corner he's backed himself into.
7.
I covered my eyes with my arm, applying as much pressure against my face as I could. Who had decided to make me go through hell, and why had Shiroya left me behind? Letting out a casual, insane laugh, Sai sat next to me. Aren't you gonna follow her? It seemed really obvious that you gave her some kind of cue to leave, you know? She just got this blank look and suddenly had to go. Was that all you could come up with? I gave you a little bit of credit earlier, but honestly, what happened to Erna could definitely have been your doing. I pushed Sai aside with as much force as I could gather. If my mind had already broken, he was doing all he could to scatter all the places around. That's harsh. I suppose that's the only thing you can... the only way you can defend yourself. We'll see what your plan amounts to soon. Maybe not, actually. Maybe we'll just never see that girl again. At least, not alive, of course. Sai, I swear, if you open your mouth again, I'm gonna fucking break it. I get it. Let's just wait as much as you want.
My vision was dark, partly covered by my aura. Standing up were Akko and Erna, whose expressions I couldn't see. Beyond the meaning behind Sai's words and Akko's appearance, I couldn't get my thoughts off Shiroya. Why had she left like that? She hadn't even promised she'd return. I tried not to let Sai's voice loop in my head, but there was no stopping it.
Absolutely rent-free, girl boss!
Is she going to die?
I'm sorry
Would
about
I write
that.
Would I write that note? No, neither of those would happen. She wouldn't just leave like that if she thought there was a chance she would die. There must have been a good reason behind her actions.
Don't kill me, but has it been long since she left? What do you think she's doing? Be quiet. Listen, she looked at me as well when she said not to follow her, so I'm being considerate by staying behind. I was just wondering if you had any idea.
I was the least of my concerns. I barely put any thought into punching him, but before I did, I saw a conspicuous smile over his face. It only faded momentarily, returning right after the blow. He didn't say anything, but he positioned himself back at my side. While I couldn't see him, his presence felt disgusting.
Who's this?
Not
a single
you.
part left of me felt able to continue reasoning out what was happening. All I knew was that the last travel had been different, and that it must have led to Sai's behavior, having been the only affected person. But even though I felt stuck, I couldn't stop time from ticking. Every second I spent sheltering myself from reality was another one I spent thinking that Shiroya might never come back. Eventually, my attempts at calming down bore some fruit. Up until then, she and I had been making our way through the events together. The version of her that had just gone up and lived things I wasn't aware of, so she'd known that following along would have been a bad idea. However, what could she have gone to do, and why had she not explained it to even vaguely? She had just left. She'd gone to the attic, the Sekimeiya was in the event room, so what could she have wanted to do up there? You remember anything else, Arena?
I don't think so.
I think I might have an idea about who attacked you now.
Huh?
I wouldn't want to get killed though. Atsuki, sorry to bother you, but who do you think it was? I don't know. Not even the slightest idea. What, are you gonna say it was Shiroya? I would never say that. However, she is the most likely suspect, isn't she?
He isn't. Why the hell is he saying that? Because she could have traveled to the past and done it? That's bullshit. How is she more suspicious than anyone else?
Hey, I know it could have been anyone, but it'd be a bit strange if it wasn't her. Although I only figured out you weren't guilty because I thought you wouldn't be so stupid.
Does that make sense? I don't think she could have attacked her.
I do. After all, isn't the reason you think she couldn't have done it is using what Atsuki said as a basis?
Wait, you're right. Atsuki, tell me the truth. What? Was that what you did?
Now he
Shut
has to tell the
fuck
truth.
up! I didn't do anything.
Atsuki said, Akuro said, tell the truth. If you don't, he's gonna crush your skull in. You have to.
Ogre's best goal.
One moment. Okay, we're back. Actually,
We are
one
so
moment.
Barack.
Okay,
If
good
we're
sneezes,
back,
good
we should
sneezes.
read the
I
next
sneeze loud.
dialogue.
Erna, I have a question. Did you kill Shiroya? That would explain almost everything.
No, of course not.
Right. I wonder, could this have worked?
7.
You.
Every time I heard any of his words, I reinforced the thought. Listening to him was pointless. Not a single thing he was saying made any sense or had any value. Earlier, he tried to kill us, but he had refused to tell us why. After undergoing a sudden change, he was acting aggressive toward me. Was it only because he'd seen Shiroya, who he didn't remember or thought couldn't be alive? What about Akuro, who hadn't been anywhere for hours? What were they talking about regarding Erina? And how in the hell did they know about Mia? Had the Sekimeiya just created an absurd mess of events and memories? I wanted to know what had happened to Shiroya and everyone in the tower. Sai's behavior towards me was miles away from how he treated me at the beginning. But he always operated logically. I wanted to know what had caused the immense change, but arguing with him was impossible. There were too many things I wanted to understand. Questions hadn't stopped appearing since 9 o'clock, and each one was more complex than the last. With the little time we had left, there was no way I could be optimistic and think everything would be magically resolved.
What Shiroi and I had gotten ourselves caught up into was way out of our league. So I tried to push everything that didn't directly involve us away and focused on what I most wanted to decipher. Shiroi had gone to the past with Sai, probably about 20 minutes. However, an extra version of her had already been in the tower for much longer than since I'd seen her in the event room. Despite not knowing when that Shiroi had lived, it was reasonable to assume that it had happened in the attic, which hadn't been unlocked and out of my view. As such, she realized she had to go there. That's not me.
Who's this? Is
Wait.
me? I
I'm
think
not
it's
sure if this
Inferno.
I don't know.
If
Yeah.
this is... Yeah, I was gonna read it once. Yeah. Wait, I'm not sure if this is strange, but it could be important. Are you gonna go through this dialogue? Please don't follow me. Yes, like Sai said, she told that to everyone, but she was especially looking at me. She didn't want me to follow her. However, how would I? I can't enter the attic. She's the one who could have the key for it. The way she looked at me, it was like she was telling me that if I follow her, I could have handled whatever she wanted to do. But she was already in hallway C. If she really wanted me not to come along, all she had to do was use the elevator up to the attic and have no way to chase her. So what does that mean? He thought I could have followed her to the attic if I just run behind her. The impression I get. If I'm right, all that means is that I can enter the attic and that she doesn't have the key for it. Incidentally, somehow she knew it was unlocked, when I know it wasn't just minutes ago.
I'm
7.
sorry, but I can't keep staying here, Shiroya. Maybe you already accomplished what you wanted to do and I won't find you up there, but I need to find out what happened. What time is it? Is this all the time you need to give her? Let me see. 1908.
Recent time had gone by fast. The shutters would retract in an hour and a half, so I could only strive for a simple goal: to be with Shiroya when it happened.
If you plan to go to the attic, don't think we'll let you go alone. Me?
Inferno.
Me? Okay,
Yeah.
that was fast. I stood up, ignoring it. I didn't hesitate to stand too, and it seemed awkward whenever we were getting closer.
Should we take the elevator? You have that key. But of course I don't. Just go to the 6th floor and enter it.
The elevator ran soon after I called it, showing it that it's still been on a higher floor. Excuse me.
You're good.
When I opened the door, the other three each took a step forward, showing they'd come too.
So the elevator was still on the 3rd floor, I think. That implies. Well, most likely. Sai, you are out of your mind if you think you're
He
getting the
is
same
such
elevator
a
as me. Back off.
he is such a drama king, bro. I swear to God.
Going to make me walk all the way up? Awfully rude of you.
7.
My glare extended to Akro, who I also refused to be close to. I knew he could have overpowered Akro smash
Yeah, of course.
if he wanted to, but he'd also kept backing up the fact that Shiroya would die, so I'd still fight him even if it was pointless. He shrugged and moved aside.
We'll see you there then. Hopefully we find her easily.
It's fine. We'll make sure she doesn't come back down through the stairs. If we can't find her, though, know that keeping quiet won't suffice.
It's you, 7.
Alright, it's me. I didn't look at Erna, as I had nothing against her. She entered beside me, looking just as lost as usual.
When the door closed, I pressed the floor 6 button and waited for the elevator to become moving. It arrived faster than the other two, but I wasn't sure if we were going to find anything. So I had mentioned that the attic's door would be open, so he might have been one to leave it like that. If I could actually trust anything he said. And I was at my side next to the buttons, while I was leaning back against the opposite side. More questions than I thought might have surrounded her existence, but it was no time to think about them. For some reason, though, she had reined in her hostility toward me. What?
Gaver stopped abruptly. It couldn't have been going too fast, but as the sea started moving, it propelled upward and we slammed to the floor. I felt my right hand burning. I looked at it and saw a cut.
What? You're bleeding!
I could only process the intense pain coming from the wound. But I couldn't comprehend how it had happened. I understood I had cut my hand with the handrail when our bodies lifted. It had been right above me. Blood poured out and pain poured in equally. Overwhelmed, Erina tried to open the door.
What? We stopped on the 3rd floor?
7.
I'd lived the situation already. Had we been intercepted again, the less amount of blood leaving my body prevented me from thinking about it. And, instead, I started to feel disoriented.
Nobody's here. I didn't press the button either. We need to stop the bleeding. We could use something from the attic.
No, it hurts so much. Fuck! It wasn't too deep of a wound, but the bleeding would take a while to stop. I wouldn't pass out from it, so all I could think about was the intense pain. However, that one thought that came to me was what I needed. I had to get rid of the wound. It hurt way too much to spend the entire remaining time without medical assistance, and I needed to have a clear mind. I could have accomplished that. I only had to travel back in time.
Perhaps the pain blinded me, but without a second thought, I dragged the door inward and pressed the button to go back to the 1st floor. What are you? Her voice cut off and I began to descend. It was fine. I'd only take a detour. After I got rid of the ridiculous pain that wouldn't even let me think properly for a long time to come, I'd go up to find Shiroya. I could even go earlier. Single requirement was the Sekimeiya. I had to activate it and replicate an earlier position of myself without the wound, retrieving all of my lost blood in the process. I had to do it quickly though, so that there wouldn't be many possible locations to replicate after the wound. The doors opened, so I dashed out of the elevator as fast as I could, forcing my eyes to shut to suppress the pain. Ran to the vent room, a fair amount of blood dripping off my hand. I knew I'd have to wait a few minutes to activate it, but that was necessary. However, since I clearly didn't know how much about how the replicated location occurred, I could only hope it would actually work.
I felt the room was a bit colder than before. I uncovered the curtain.
No egg.
No egg.
Why? It wasn't there. Behind the spun glass,
It's over.
behind the glass, there was only a crimson cushion, and the glass wasn't fully shut, which cooled my face while I stared in denial. Fuck. Do I have to search for it? Sai, Akura, even Shiroya, they all could have taken it. It was
Eh,
alright, I tried to tell myself. I would have had to wait a few minutes before activating it. Since someone had gotten it out of the cabinet for me, I just have to spend that time searching for it, as energy would have already started being stored. But desperately searching by myself sounded ridiculous. I wouldn't stop losing blood anytime soon, making me more and more tired. If the pain refused to fade, there was no way I would be able to tolerate it until 21 sharp, on top of everything that was going on. 7.
I spun the glass and nervously stepped into hallway B, where I still found no trace of anyone. Slowly I began to perceive two things. The strange smell felt very strong and prominent. I wasn't sure that it meant anything since I still didn't know where it was coming from or what it signified, but that time it felt more noticeable than it had on the previous occasions. The second thing was a thought. I knew I must have looked like Erna had, so I found myself suddenly coming back to something she'd recently said. That's nonsense. I'm going to the past, so I'll prevent Isla from dying. She had completely refused Saib's claim that the past couldn't be changed. My mind might have been clouded, but I started to doubt my past conclusions, feeling that Erna's words might have held some weight. I wanted to go back to the past, so what if I changed it? Would the universe really not allow it? I had been working under that assumption, but that thought was what had become ridiculous. If I actively wanted to change the past, there was no way I couldn't do it, and I didn't particularly mind trying it.
I entered the cleaning room and scanned it with my eyes. How would the universe stop me from changing what had been decided? I wanted to find out. What is this? What is this?
Bad ending?
No, I'm talking. What is this song?
Okumura
Song
Palace!
sucks.
Okumura Palace!
Many things around me pointed at the fact that Shiroya would die at one point, and even though she was alive, she had left me on the dark and on purpose. If I could deviate from that reality, I would. Fortunately, finding out if it was possible felt fairly easily.
I looked at the crystal room B6. Okay. But the sheer number of cabinets was dizzying. I didn't have the strength to inspect all of them, so I looked off toward the staff room. And I mentality had the excuse me. When my mentality had been told to the past, everything had played out as I once lived it. I don't see what would happen if I consciously attempt to alter the past through my actions. I already tried it once, but how could Sai and Akura's words make any sense? Weren't their realities completely different from mine? Had they traveled in time and morphed the events they remembered? Was that why the effect had only worked on them while the reality I knew was completely different from theirs? I couldn't tell if I was deluding myself or somehow not making sense. But I feel like I must have been able to change the past that happened to other people while we coexist in a single timeline. What would the point of time travel be anyway if nothing of consequence could come out of it? Perhaps it would complicate it all even further, changing everything into a more of an incomprehensible mess. But what I care about that? I'd be able to change things anyway if that were the
Sorry.
case. Not attempting it was stupid. 7 go.
Right, that's me. I could only open 2 lockers, so the task was far more bearable than checking inside every cabinet. I was already staggering, so I had very little hope of finding the Sekimeiya before I couldn't continue. I opened the Naomi's locker, but the Sekimeiya wasn't inside. The other one was locked, so I took out the key and unlocked it. On the top compartment was the Sekimeiya. I didn't care how strange that was. Had it teleported back? How could I know? I only wanted to use it so I could think straight once again. As I was holding the key with my left hand, I extended my right one, mixing the pain of the wound with the burn that made my sight warp.
I was at the start of hallway B, looking towards C. Huh? What? I stared at my hand. The wound was still there, but next to no blood was pouring out of it, and didn't hurt as much. Saw the scar that it left, though, which should likely persist for many days. Furthermore, I felt very tired, but my mind was clearer. How is this possible? Why do I still have the wound?
Is it likely that we went to the future?
What time even is it? Did we touch the Sekimeiya?
We did.
Okay.
I began to walk toward the event room to check the time, but voices stopped me.
No, do not go in the room, Atsuki.
I got close to the door and focused my hearing.
No, don't do it, Atsuki. Just suddenly ran away. Honestly, I wasn't sure.
I recognized the conversation. I wrote it approximately a couple of minutes before the only side had traveled.
To interpret the... Did you... Actually...
Two screens? Three screens?
It's
What is
still
that? Okay.
I retreated and went to hallway A through the lobby. I'm so good. 7 go.
The computer screens were still lit. So I walked up to them and to check the exact time, trying to avoid the blood on the floor. 1854, precisely what I'd estimated. For a short time at least, I could try to experiment and gain some form of knowledge, no matter how small. Feeling like I could trust my judgment a bit better than before, I stepped out and went over what I'd been thinking.
What if I open the door to the event room? It's completely in reach, and if I do it, I'll be changing the past. I was intrigued. I had to accept that nothing made sense to me, given what I had deduced. I shouldn't have kept the wound. I knew I was operating under many misconceptions. If I tried to change the past, the result could have pointed me toward a more accurate direction. But it was scary. Did paradoxes exist? Would the world crumble if I changed what I'd already experienced? Perhaps the universe was pressuring me into accepting what had been decided, but I didn't feel like the pressure was strong enough. I could just make any change, and what I felt was preventing it was only myself. However, I didn't want to go too many steps up. Perhaps I could change the past if I really wanted to. But what if I altered my own past actions? I would never end up traveling, so thinking that my existence could be immediately overwritten wasn't a ridiculous fear. How could I attempt to change the past while making sure that I could still end up traveling in the same way?
In a few minutes, Sai will appear in hallway B from the lobby while Awkward will suddenly show up from hallway A through the event room. Preventing their arrivals could still be too big of a change that might deny my travel from occurring. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized I had nothing else to alter that I could be sure I had definitely changed. It was very luckless, but I wanted to try nonetheless. I wanted to understand what had happened to Shroy and to all of us. And although it sounded very dangerous in theory, I felt no risk in play. The thought of one of my harmless action freezing or eradicating the universe simply didn't seem right. So, I had an idea. A sound. To start off, I could produce a loud sound I knew I hadn't heard. If I managed to make it happen, the past could be changed.
Slips on a banana peel. Fails to make a sound.
Is that goofy character sound effect?
Yeah. Like the second he brings out like the sound making device, or like he tries to make the sound, he like just slips on a banana peel that was conveniently placed there, which nobody noticed. That's how the universe
Epic
like
prank.
Keeps things.
Get pranked. 7 read.
Okay. I walked up to the storeroom so that I'd be able to flee. I still didn't want my past self to see me, as the chance of a paradox occurring would definitely increase if it happened. And the single thing I wanted to know was whether reality could be reshaped. I twisted the knob on the door and pushed it open. It was fully in my reach. I could slam the door and generate a considerably loud sound that hadn't previously existed. Was the universe about to black out? I'd shortly find out, as I really intended to do it. I was using my left hand since the right one still hurt. Perhaps the impact wouldn't be as strong, but there was no way I wouldn't be heard throughout the entire floor. I remembered Side's words in the event room. The past can't be changed. He'd gotten to the same conclusion, but had he tried himself? There was no way to be certain without attempting it. Just when he's about to like shut it down, something gets stuck on the door, doesn't close.
Yeah, true.
So,
I'm making too big of a deal out of this. I'm just going to make a sound. I was hesitating. Was it the universe's prediction that no sound would be heard? Feeling controlled, I moved my arm without thinking. There! That's it! This is a new noise, one that we didn't hear.
that was supposed to be me reading. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
I had to run away. The world hadn't frozen. I was still alive. However, all that meant was that my existence was not a paradox. I think my past self see me had an inherent problem. He'd know he ended up traveling and doing what I heat, canceling out the freedom of my own actions. However, that wasn't necessarily the case anymore, as the past version that could see me wouldn't be me anymore. It would be the one who had heard a sound in their experience, so he might not have ended up traveling like I did. I told the stairs to quickly disappear from view. I hadn't edited my memories at all. I still remember the reality in which no sound had played. I considered how that could turn into a big problem. I could have created a reality in which two versions of myself existed permanently. If I separated myself from my past version who was on the crystal floor, he wouldn't ever travel and leave his place for me to occupy, like what had been is happening so far. 7?
To
7.
understand every consequence. Oh, sorry, every time like you read something, I just kind of blank out before your voice.
Oh my
What
god.
does this mean? I think you're just not paying attention to the game.
Yeah, when Zen is reading, I'm like fine. When Inferno starts reading, I'm like me. I just blank out. I'm just like gone. I forget whose turn it is. I'm sorry.
He's so bad.
I am actually
You're literally so bad.
To understand every consequence, I'd have to wait. However, I'd already learned the most important piece of information. The past could be changed if I wanted it to. If changing the events wasn't my intention, though, a travel would result in the previously lived reality. I felt a piercing pain and looked at my hand. Running with the clenched fist had slightly reopened the wound, and a small amount of blood was dribbling out. If I'd left some behind, it could have made for a trail to find my whereabouts. So that's where the strange blood we've been finding comes from, right? Unlike the ground. I think we made that.
That's also a theory I had, but we're way into the future right now. We saw that in the past.
True, but I feel like they can still figure out a way to make this work, make that work.
Trust.
Trust.
It's a time travel story, right? It doesn't matter. I looked at the staircase and saw very little blood. The stronger pain was coming back, so I had to cover the wound. Couldn't go back down and use a curtain, and dirtying the attic's clothes might have been a bad idea. Instead, I entered the bathroom at my side and figured a few layers of toilet paper would suffice for a bit of blood.
Zen.
Toilet paper was far from appropriate or hygienic. How do you say that word? Hygienic? Hygienic.
Hygienic.
But there's an I there.
Hygienic. It's a silent I.
Okay. Hygienic to cover wounds, but I had to use what I had at my disposal. I kept adding layers until no more blood could be seen. It took a while, but I managed to make it work. I should probably stay here. I don't know if the sound I made was enough to cause a search on the crystal floor, but if it was, they'll find me no matter where I go. Hopefully it didn't trigger one.
Payday 2.
Or it's possible Shirei will still suddenly go up, so if I pay attention, I'll hear her whether she uses the elevator or goes on foot. I'm not sure I want to stop her, but I know what she went to do. But I want to know what she went to do. I waited after sitting down, slightly opening the door. It wasn't open enough to see outside, but I hoped I would be able to hear footsteps through the gap.
How long has it been?
It's been an hour.
Oh my god, I thought it was longer. I'm actually getting kind of tired.
It's
How
been
am
an
I
hour
ahead
and
of-
20 minutes.
Oh, an hour and 20 minutes, okay.
Yeah.
Let's just do 10 more minutes. I kind of want to head to bed early.
Okay.
Okay.
I put my hand in my pocket. I want to get rid of the note through the toilet. Strangely, I couldn't find it. It wasn't there, but I hadn't gotten rid of it. I checked out my pockets, but the note was gone. I didn't drop it anywhere, did I? That must mean it didn't appear with it when I traveled. Why though? It was so strange. At least it must have dematerialized for good. So,
Going off what I'd lived, Shroya would have gone up in 2 or 3 minutes, but I had no guarantee that would repeat. It did not. 5 minutes later, the elevator hadn't been used, and nobody had gone up or down the stairs. That was proof of my change. I could change the past. I didn't blame myself for having wrongly assumed the opposite was the opposite for so long, but I'd proved that if I wanted to and was conscious of what I was doing, I could decide to alter history. To finally know with certainty was both terrifying and exhilarating. Less than 2 hours remained until 21. The alarm had gone off at about 9:05, so 12 hours later the exit would unlock. Was it enough to try and put things into practice? I still didn't know what consequences would truly come out of my change. Would I permanently have differing memories from the people around me? Would I have to coexist with another ASCII? As soon as I found out, making use of the time travel would become simple. Suddenly, I was presented with a dilemma.
2 hours remain until the front door presumably opens. In about 30 minutes is when I travel to the past, but that might not happen anymore. This means that I could be able to let the Sekimeiya gather power until 2105. I'm not sure how far back I'd go. Leaving the Sekimeiya out of the cabinet, 15 minutes resulted in 20 minutes traveled. Just now, I went back a little over 40, but I don't know how long the Sekimeiya was in the locker. It shouldn't have been there to begin with. Meaning that I have no clue how much the distance traveled advances each minute out of the cabinet. If it goes at a consistent rate 2 hours, 2 hours wouldn't make me travel incredibly far back. As it stands, I wouldn't appear 2 weeks ago. But what if I did somehow? What if I could save Mia this way and prevent that entire thing? Would another Atsuki get to live a carefree and ignorant life, unaware of today's events, while I still had to exist?
I had to understand how we work before thinking of applications. If I did something like that, I'd leave behind everything that had happened. That included the note I found, Shibuya's strange behavior, and everything I'd been attempting to reason out. Of course, the result was more than justified. I went back to a distant thought. Could it be that the shuttle wasn't going to move at 21 sharp, so that the second man would store enough time to grant a lengthy travel? How would that be accomplished? I was thinking about making the recording a reality just because I heard it, but I wouldn't complain about the origin of events if I could achieve it. However, I still understood too little about the second man to consider anything like that. Did I know that waiting a month would be enough just because that had been the time I heard it in the recording? I let go of the idea. To begin with, I had no way to prolong our stay, and as I had previously considered, we couldn't survive for that long without food. So in my important discovery, the recording still made no sense. 7.
In reality, not many things did. I could run down through the events and find continuous unexplained mysteries. Had someone been changing the reality around us, resulting in inconsistent memories and different pasts? That felt too overwhelming to consider, and there was virtually no way to know if it had happened. That the replicated location, the self-teleportation of the Sekimeiya, though there were many unknown factors needed to construct a sound plan that involved changing the past. I kept waiting, as I wanted to surpass the point I traveled from.
One moment. Alright.
Underwater!
I've intercepted our elevator trip on the 3rd floor, and it was very possible my change downstairs hadn't influenced their actions at all. If I went up, maybe I would see them. I saw that blood had stopped coming out of my wound, so I removed the toilet paper and flushed it away. The sensation was very uncomfortable, but it didn't hurt much. I still wasn't sure how I'd managed to injure myself like that, but if I didn't make abrupt motions with my arm, I could tolerate it easily.
I walked up to the third floor. There was nobody in sight, so I wanted to hide. It was possible they would flee
I hate this game. Sorry.
It was possible they would flee if they saw me, meaning that I'd have to approach them when I knew they'd be close to the elevator.
I entered the second partition, as I figured a few minutes were left until the time we'd been intercepted. I'd been in the lower bathroom for about 20 minutes, so I had to wait a little more. Unfortunately, since it was very unlikely Erna and I would still take the elevator at the same time, I wouldn't have a way to know if I'd exceeded the time. And, once again, while the time kept passing, the silence gave no hint of the ticking seconds. I waited minutes moving back and forth between the second and third partitions, waiting for my cue to get out.
It wasn't coming. Would I hear their movements if someone was nearby? I felt I was really close to the time we'd stopped on that floor.
I left the partitions. The corridor leading to the elevator was empty. I kept staring at it, but I felt no trace of life.
He had
Had
felt
the
the
impact
Genshin
my-
impact.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Had the impact of my action on the crystal floor been big enough to remove the existence of whoever had initially intercepted us? I took a peek out the opposite hallway with the stairs leading to floor 2. I felt no difference. If nobody was around, I would have to present myself downstairs and explain what I'd done.
7.
Huh?
Could we stop here? Like a
Hold
cliffhanger?
on. Let's. I want to see what's happened. The music
Okay.
ended, so.
Okay.
Let this roll. We haven't had it. We
Seven
have
read.
like 4 minutes until it ends anyway.
7, read.
You didn't read! Oh
My
my
bad.
god!
I accidentally clicked. My bad. Huh? The elevator. I ran back and saw something I thought I couldn't see. That's me.
That's me.
He's
7,
literally
that's
me.
7, that's me. No, I mean, that's my line of dialogue.
I know, but like, he's literally me.
That's me.
He just like me for real.
And Aaron as well. I remember those moments. From a distance, I heard my own yells and saw blood pouring out of my hand. It's repeating. Despite what I'd done, the scene played out just like I remembered it. Backed off, knowing Erina would turn around and see an empty corridor. Then, abruptly, my past self closed himself in the elevator and left her outside, puzzled. How is this possible? I know it was a small change, but how is it possible at all that it still led to this, occurring just like I remember? Stepped out, my footsteps alerting Erina. What? Atsuki?
I waved awkwardly and approached her.
It's not bleeding anymore. What did you do?
I used the Sekimeiya to travel to the past, and this time it worked. I wanted to get rid of the wound, but it simply stopped the bleeding, even though I'm not sure why.
Wait, what? There's no way.
No, wait, what exactly? Did I travel through time?
Yeah, how did you do it?
By touching the Sekimeiya, what's wrong?
Nothing, I'm just a bit confused. Ignore me, I'm happy the wound got better.
I was a bit taken aback by her words. Was she the exact same Marin I remembered?
Do you understand now why we stopped on the floor?
Sorry, I don't. And are you sure you didn't hit the button accidentally?
Yes. Should we keep going up?
Hang on, what do you remember?
Hmm?
Earlier, did we hear a loud door being slammed coming from hallway
When exactly?
A? About 35 minutes ago.
I don't know. My head's still a bit foggy, but I don't remember that. Why are you asking though? Did we hear it?
I'm not sure, we must have. Was
Seven.
was very strange.
7. Zen.
Yeah, it was very strange. Why had Shiraya not gone up, but we still ended up using the elevator to follow her? Did Erina not remember the sound because she hadn't heard it, or because of her state of her mind? had realities converged.
Let's wait a second. Saya and Akuro should be coming, right?
That's what they said.
I want to talk to them.
She looked uncertain, but she didn't complain. I began to walk in circles, wondering what to make of the strange result. I think that's a good place to call it.
Yeah. Save the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we save these. Boom shakalaka.
Boom, divorced.
Boom! Divorce! Ah, just kidding, Ken. Boom, still married. Oh, Inferno,
Yeah,
we are done with the Sekimeiya.
that's good.
uh,
Now I go to bed. I am the sleeper.
now I have become sleepy to go to bed. J.
Bye-bye,
Inferno
Inferno.
Oppenheimer.
Good night.
Have a
Good
good night.
night. He's gone. He sucks. I hate that guy, you know. Nah, just kidding. Well, that should be a good enough fix. Anyway, so do you have anything you wanted to say to the audience?
Nah, I'm kind of sleepy.
Same. I don't get sleepy at this hour normally, but I guess we are sleepy now. I think it's because of Inferno's voice. You see, every time I hear his British ass accent, especially, not that he was doing it this time, I get very sleepy and I want to kill myself. I hate the British, I'm sorry. That's not the right one. Time to upload this to YouTube. I guess I'm gonna end the stream now. Nobody came, by the way, today.
This is so sad.
Yeah, I think the developers were busy today, unfortunately.
Maybe they were busy developing Sekimeiya 2.
That would be quite nice. I don't think that's gonna be the case though. I think they'll just like make it like a completely new IP.
Nah,
I
bro,
think-
Sekimeiya 2.
I think we should play. You know what we should be playing next then?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. We should be playing on Steam the Misadventures of Laura Silver.
What the hell is that?
It's a Turkish visual novel.
Oh yeah, I remember something like that.
Heh. Need more. I love the synopsis. Need more stress in your life? Meet Laura Silver, a paranoid and insomniac detective tasked with researching the Slavic mythology.
Slavic mythology.
That is
What?
something, all right. Do you know anything about the Vodnik? Neither does she. Unfortunately, her incompetence won't be your biggest problem in Czechoslovakia. That's a very hard word to pronounce. Anyway,
What?
I guess it takes place in Czechoslovakia. Novel. The art looks nice. A bit Western for my taste, but you know. Anyway, good stream, good games.